Hey guys, I am here today with this. This is the 2024 Toyota Prius. Let's get into it. Okay, so if you've read my blog, Motorhead Mama, you know that I have made a career out of making fun of cars like this, right? Or maybe the last generation, because it was just so darn ugly, it drove so poorly, and yeah, it got great mileage, but oh, it was just such an easy target. So when they remodeled it and came out with this beautiful model, I was like, oh great, now I'm gonna have to drive it and see how it goes now. And I'll tell you, it has changed my mind a little bit, but there are some things that still really bug me. Let me tell you more. One of the things that's really incredible about this car is just how many Priuses have been sold around the world. I'm here in Los Angeles, and for the longest time, it was the best-selling car in not only Los Angeles, but the state of California, I believe. Right now, it's been usurped by something else, but it's just unbelievably popular. Do you own a Prius? Let me know in the comments. Okay guys, we can't really talk about the new Prius without talking about this redesign, right? Like, oh my gosh, it actually looks good. I hate saying that, it like kind of pains me. Anyway, the front end is much different, right? It's just much more angular, which is fantastic. They've removed the door handle here on the back end. This one is the XLE trim, which has 19-inch wheels. And this beautiful color is called Supersonic Red. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Also, if you can guess the one thing that really bugs me about this redesign, please put that in the comments too. I'll let you know what it is in a few seconds. Do you guys like how I popped the hood? Like I was gonna like show you something really sexy under the hood. It's not, listen, but whatever, compared to the last one. This is a 2-liter inline 4 that combined with the hybrid technology is putting out about 194 horsepower, which for a Prius is a lot. And to be honest, behind the wheel, you can kind of feel it, with one caveat. Okay, so here in the cockpit, things are really, really nice. Like, it's very simple, very clean, particularly in comparison to the last layout. I really, really like this. So we've got 6 USB chargers in the whole system. You've got 2 cup holders here. I've got a wireless smartphone charger that's vertical instead of horizontal mat, which seems to work much better, which I love. Android Auto and Apple CarPlay are wireless. Are they perfect? No. So keep your cord handy because you might need it. But this interface is very, very simple and very well executed. So that was really great. And everything's very, very easy to use, but I didn't love it. I'll tell you why in a minute. Okay, you guys, let's take a look at the back seat, okay? Because Toyota is claiming that the Prius seats 5. We'll see about that. So, all right, back seat. Listen, this isn't terrible. I've got plenty of leg room here, which is nice. Headroom, not so much. Like, you're probably not gonna take the basketball team in this vehicle. Middle seat, fine. It's a little elevated, which is funky, a little like Bobby Brady, if you guys understand that reference. But it's fine, considering, you know, the other seats are much more comfortable, but that's fine. I will say that there are not vents back here, so it's probably gonna get stuffy back here. This vehicle has an upgraded glass roof. I think it's like $1,000, so that would make it feel bigger back here. We've also got cup holders in the door, as well as in the center armrest. And like I said before, there are 5 USB chargers in this vehicle, so everybody's devices will be just fine. Okay guys, so the back end. Listen, hatchbacks are great, right? Because you can get a lot of stuff in a small space. This is not a powered lift gate, so you're gonna have to lift that up your little self and pull it down as well, which sometimes is a bummer if you've got babies and groceries, but whatever. 60-40 split in the back seats, those will lay flat. Listen, this is a nice big trunk area. It's comparable to an SUV, but again, since this is a hatch, you're gonna get less volume overall, but pretty efficient. So along with the design upgrade, Toyota has also made some safety upgrades in the Toyota Prius, which I really, really like. So standard, right? Standard on all Priuses. Now you get automatic braking, which is fantastic, with pedestrian detection, great. You'll also get automatic high beams, also automatic lane departure warning, as well as lane departure assist, right? So that's when it sort of takes you back into the lane. And that's a system that people either love or hate. The good news in the Prius, you can turn it on or off with just the touch of a button. Okay, so after a week of driving this thing, let me just tell you some of the things that I loved about this car. First of all, the miles per gallon were like, phew. I've been driving it for a week, like I said, and I've been putting it through its paces, and the fuel gauge just didn't move. Like, I literally did the tab thing, even though it's digital. Toyota's reporting combined 54 mpg. I was averaging in the high 40s, which still is kind of incredible, considering how I was driving it. So that was super impressive. I also love the safety sense. This one has rear cross traffic alert, and that was really fantastic. I found the vehicle very, very easy to park. My passengers weren't complaining. They weren't sitting in the lap of luxury, but considering the price point it's pretty unbelievable. Then there are the things I loved a little less about the new Toyota Prius. Listen, one of them isn't the design. I think the design is gorgeous, but where they really messed up is right here on the driver's side door. Also, that A-pillar made me absolutely nuts. And I also found that the CarPlay, just didn't always work, which was annoying. So if I owned this car, I'd probably use a wire just to keep it plugged in, because it really wasn't perfect. And then on top of that, the drive was fine, but the engine noises were so anemic and depressing that sometimes it would really get me down. You guessed it, the one thing that makes me nuts about this redesign is they got everything else. Everything else looks so good, but then they were like, no, we're just gonna mess it up with the driver's side door handle. I mean, obviously it's the front passenger too, but like, really? You couldn't have just tried to make it a little slicker? Ah! What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Okay, so what's the verdict, right? I mean, listen, nobody ever bought a Toyota Prius because they were having a midlife crisis, right? They never got a red Toyota Prius because they just left their wife. Go buy a Corvette or a Porsche, that's fine. But if you need a place to get you from A to B, which is the main Prius driver, and you want something that's fuel efficient, this thing is kind of extraordinary. I mean, it also is a great fit for somebody who wants to go electric but just kind of isn't there yet, because the price point is unbelievable. You don't have to worry about the tax incentives and whether or not you're going to get a rebate. Just out of the box, this thing is well priced and gets incredible mileage, and you never have to worry about plugging it in, which is fantastic. Okay, so does that mean that the Toyota Prius and I are finally friends? I wouldn't take it that far. I was kind of pushing it. Maybe if they fix this door handle, then we can talk. Anyway, I'm Motorhead Mama. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Please press that subscribe button, and I will see you next time.